Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? Now a mule is an animal with long funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back... Greetings, peeps. Welcome to Jazz History. It's great to have you. I'm so glad you decided to join us. And if this is your first online course, congratulations. But let me kind of give you a little bit of a pointer. Online courses can be really great because you don't have to physically go into a classroom. You don't have a physical meeting time. You kind of work at your own pace. So in that respect, they are great. The problem is if you're prone to procrastination, as I am, you can let things slip by, things like due dates. So please, watch your time and budget it wisely. I'm Dr. Hendrickson. You can call me Dr. H. Everybody does. This is a great course. I think you're going to really enjoy it. There's a lot of fun components to it. But one of the things I must insist is that you purchase the online text. Now, first and foremost, right now, as of right now, that online text is not available to you. I'm hopeful that it will be shortly. If you can and want to, you can purchase the online text directly from the publisher, and I'm going to send you a link to do that. Delta will have it, I'm sure. I'm not exactly certain why it was not in the list of required material for this course, but be that as it may, it will be available to you at the Delta College bookstore, so please keep an eye out for that. If you are on financial aid and you are using financial aid monies to pay for your online text, or let's say you're dual enrolled and your school is supposed to be paying for the text, please let me know this as soon as possible, because sometimes there's a holdup in getting your online text for that reason. So let me know if that is something that's your case, and I will do my best to get it taken care of for you. So also don't worry, because assignments and assignment due dates, I will adjust all of those for the simple fact that the text may not be available to some of you. So obviously it's not fair to to everyone to have the same due date. If we have an extreme delay in getting that text, I will adjust the due dates for you. So please don't panic and don't worry. Okay, but you do need to get it as soon as possible. So I'm going to send you the link to purchase it directly from the publisher, but do check Delta's bookstore site on a daily basis. So one of the things that you can do in the meantime is to explore our e-learning site if you have not already done so, and take a look at what's there. There's not much there quite yet, but there will be. So just sit tight, be patient. One of the things that is there right now that you can take a look at, obviously when you log into the site, we have a home page, and that home page has an announcement module on it, and I will put news items on there. Anything pertaining to our class will go on that home page, on that news item site. Also, on the home page, if you look down at the lower right hand corner, items that are going to be coming due, I think it's called a calendar of events. You can see that there. Then if you go under the contents tab, you can see that there will be some modules set up, and each of these modules has a start date and an end date, and that's because I try to give you 2 to 3 weeks per module or per unit in this course to complete things. So use this time wisely. You know, people hear 3 weeks. Wow, 3 weeks before I have to have everything turned in. Well, 3 weeks can go by, as you know, in a snap. So please use your time wisely. Don't wait until the last minute to turn in or to complete assignments. Don't think that you can knock out, 2 weeks worth of work in one day. It's too much pressure to even think about. So please use your time wisely. Read through the online syllabus just to familiarize yourself with me and how I teach and how things work. Take part in our first online discussion, which is Introductions. Once you do that, this is just to let everyone in the course know a little bit about it, each other. Doesn't have to be extensive, but it can be as extensive as you like. You can even include a photograph of yourself if you'd like. And then respond to 2 of your classmates, or you can respond to me if you'd like, to my introduction, and a classmate, but 2 people. Just short response to 2 people is all you really need. And don't forget, you have to subscribe to the topic before you can post anything. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how the course is structured. Ordinarily, when you have an online text, there are 2 sides to the story. There's the e-learning side and there is the online textbook side. Well, this is still the case, but a couple of upgrades have happened specifically for this course, in that the online textbook is now available through a direct link right on our e-learning site. So you don't have to log in 2 different places. Once you log on to e-learning, you can go directly to the module that's for our textbook, and you just click on the link, boom, it's right there for you. So we're going to take a look at that now. I'm going to show you what to expect once you have purchased the online text. So let's take a look. Okay, so as before, when you come up to the e-learning site homepage, this is what you're going to see. This is the different part that I was talking about. So instead of having to log on to the C4E site, you can actually go to the Contents tab, go to the online textbook link module, click on the link, and you are there, right at our online text. Now, I know it's a little bit inconvenient to have this embedded in the link, but I wanted to give you a couple of options. You can do a full-size version of this. All you got to do is, let me readjust my screen here a little bit. Click on this thing that looks like an X. It sort of expands everything out, and then if you do the, it's a little bit difficult on my machine here. Let me just sort of readjust it. But if you were to do a full screen of this, you have a little bit better view. Not much, but a little bit. So maybe take advantage of that when you take a look at your online text. See what works best for you, and if it doesn't, if it's just as good to simply utilize the screen here. I find it easier to this says to have it in a new window. I find it easier to put into a new window, but you may not. If you don't, great, just use it the way that it is here. Okay, so once you come up to the online text, you have contents and assignments. Getting started, I encourage you to read this material. It has an introduction and a course preamble and a course description guide. All of these things are useful, but take a look first here, or let's take a look at the section 1, the fundamentals of music. And then class 1, notice how the sections are divided into classes. So you have class 1, class 2, section 2 has class 3 and 4, section 3 has class 5 and 6. So all of this is reading, and notice how it gives you examples of or descriptions of what the keyboard is, breakdowns of what the keyboard is, and it has these little tools called Show Me. And when you click on these, it not only shows you what they are, but it gives you a demonstration of what they are. This is talking about half steps, and if you click on the highlighted text, often it will give you a description of what they're talking about. So the highlighted text, of course, being that highlighted in orange right now, a tone that is a half step above a given tone is a sharp, a tone that is a half step below a given tone is a flat, and then of course half steps and so forth. So take a look at these. It's really a very useful tool. You might notice this. This is called an enharmonic placement of an accent or of a half step. So just, you know, give yourself some time, be patient if you have any questions at all. But take a look here. You can, this is an interactive keyboard. You can play this at your heart's content, and then when you click the Show Me button, it's going to show you the black to white half steps, and it's going to show you the other half steps. So if you want to have, for example, white to black half steps, white to white half steps. And then it says now you try. So I'm going to let you play around with that. You also have some playing things that give you descriptions, okay? Ascending half steps, descending half steps, whole steps, and descending whole steps. So just kind of give these things a whirl, and then it gives you this keyboard that you can play around with that shows you what all the notes are. Okay? So that is a description of one of the sections in our text. Note these little orange arrows. This helps you navigate from section to section or page to page. Again, these all give descriptions of what things are. If you want to get out of this and go back to the, just scroll back up to the top of it and click on this this highlighted link right here, and that's going to get you back to the contents page of the book, of the online text book. Wanted to point out that if you click on each of these sections and classes, you're going to see some various things that they're asking you to do, descriptions of things, and then notice how there are written assignments. Written assignments. Now, if we go back to our contents page and go to our detailed course calendar, you will notice here that we have written assignments. They're in red. So written assignment number 1 happens with class 6, right? Written assignment 2, okay, just after class 15. And then we have written assignment number 3, which happens after class 21, and written assignment number 4. Now there are quizzes. The quizzes are highlighted in yellow. There's a quiz after the Music Basics Unit number 2, or class section number 2, and then one after 4, or class 4, one after class 6, and so forth. So just watch out for those. Midterm exam coming up on the 26th of February. And of course you can scroll on down, you can see that there's also a final. So hopefully, folks, that gives you a little bit of a breakdown of what our online text looks like. Again, I encourage you, if you just simply go to the online textbook link, click on the On Music Jazz History, going to bring you right to the online text. Okay? So always, if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. Okay, so hopefully that has clarified a couple of things. Once you purchase that online text and you have the access code card and you have to register that, and you'll be doing that, ladies and gentlemen, through that link. Once you log on it for the first time, you'll be asked to put in a certain code, and you will have that. But as I said a moment ago, there are two sides to this story: the e-learning side and the online textbook side. On the e-learning side, this is where you're going to have communication from me, news, announcements, things like that. This is where our course calendar is, and I should mention, you should take a look at the detailed course schedule because that has a great deal of info on it, and it shows you each assignment, when it begins, and when it's due. So you have these date ranges, so please take a look at that. It is so easy to make an A, but just consider e-learning side, online textbook side. The online text, this is where all the assignments will be. This is where all the quizzes will be. All listening or viewing, anything like that, that's where it's going to be on our online text. It'll also have our, as I said, our quizzes and our exams. Now, there are two different discussions that go on. There's the discussion topics we have in e-learning, and there's the discussion topics that we will have on our online text. And yes, they both count. Yes, you need to participate in both. Now let's talk about the discussion topics that happen on our e-learning site. These are designed for us to communicate as a class, but moreover to also participate in something that we just started in this course, which is a podcast. I'm going to be showing you some pre-recorded podcasts that I do for another course that I teach. And you may interested to know that the questions that are submitted to the artists that I interview are from those students in those classes. So you might find it really interesting. But I'm encouraging you to watch these podcasts and to give me a little bit of what your response is and what you think about the music. Now, one of the podcasts is all blues music, and the other is jazz. So in addition to the works that you're going to be listening to and sort of reviewing on our online text, you'll find these, I think, very entertaining and interesting on our e-learning site. So I'll give you more about that as we get closer to those dates. But, it's fun, but you will need to watch those podcasts as part of the discussions, and you will need to submit your discussions. So there you go. Okay, then let me just say again, it's so easy to make an A in this class. All you got to do is do the work. If you do the work, you're going to make an A, period. Okay? You don't do the work, you don't do the discussions, you don't watch the podcast, you don't do the discussions on the e-learn or on the online text, you're going to fail. You're going to put everything off until the last minute, till the last day of the semester, you're going to fail. So please use the time that is allotted, and please do the work, okay? Above all, if you have any questions, anything that you don't understand, anything that you need to have clarification on, I'm the guy you want to talk to. Shoot me an email. I will answer your emails within 24 to 48 hours. The only exception to this is weekends. I do not answer emails on the weekends. After 4:30 p.m. on Friday, I'm out of here. I won't be back until Monday. So if you send me an email on Friday after 5, Saturday, Sunday, you're not going to hear back from me until the following Monday. So just bear that in mind. Okay. So the other thing to think about are these little vids that I'm going to be sending you. They're just instructional vids. They're just stuff about what we're going to be doing, the assignments. Some of them are precursors to the podcasts. So all designed to help you. So please, I will also, some of the discussion topics, I will have a video presentation for you to watch. Just something to give more food for thought in what we're doing. Okay, nothing extensive. I can't stress enough, if you need help, please shoot me an email, ask. If it's something I can't clarify or take care of through email, we can set up a Zoom meeting, or we can even set up a face-to-face meeting in my office. So I encourage you to utilize the tools that are available to you, and I'm sure you're going to have fun. So here we go. Have a wonderful semester. I look forward to talking with each of you.
Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? I bought you a fur coat for Christmas, a diamond ring, a Cadillac car, and everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee,